Tim. Good evening. Welcome to Tales of Myth and Mayhem. I'm Marc, your keeper of Arcane lore for the evening. We are playing Masks of Nyarlathotep of Call of Cthulhu. Our lovely investigators here, all showing their smiling faces. Michelle is getting blinded or something. I'm not sure.
Right. No, I want to address this now because I know how I look.
No, you just had a very bright light in your face, and now you're in the dark. It's even worse.
This is more my actual colour. I'm quite pale as a person.
I'm not saying anything like that.
But then suddenly I become super goth with this light on. And I don't understand why.
Beautiful. You didn't let him finish.
Yeah, I was not saying anything bad whatsoever.
It was like, oh, and Michelle looks like her lovely self.
Exactly. But that's why you need to have the proper lighting. See, that's why I look so beautiful. Get these lights up here, and it's, you know.
I'm in a box room in South London. I've only got one light. I've got the light.
No, I've got the lights, and then I've got my streaming lights, and because I've got a wife who loves me and buys me lots of stuff.
You got 6 screens and stuff.
I've got 4 screens, 5 screens when my laptop's up. And the teleprompter, but the teleprompter's not set up yet. So I need to sort that too. That's the things I do for you people.
Getting all sophisticated, huh?
All sophisticated and stuff. I'm twirling my mustache, shit like that. Right, anyway, I think we're playing Call of Cthulhu with these lovely people who are all going insane in real life and probably in the game too. We've just wrapped up Cairo, Egypt. They are all fucked up in some form or another, and we'll get more fucked up probably. So we will do a quick intro round because Tim has to fuck off in the middle of it, so he'll probably die today. And then we'll get started. And we will start with Michelle.
Hello, I'm Michelle. I'm playing Kathy Bacon, who I've just realised I've forgotten how to talk like because it's been so long. Hello, darling, it's Kathy Bacon. That's not quite right. I'll get it in the moment. I'll get it on the mic. But yeah, she's probably getting quite obsessive, I'm thinking. She's probably getting quite obsessive with the idea of killing Nyarlathotep. And don't you dare correct me if I said that wrong. That's the best it's going to be. You just have to live with it.
Absolutely fine. I'll just, put it on the list.
Nyarlathotep. That's what I'm going to call him from now on.
Even better. Ian, how about you?
I'm Ian. I'm playing Augustus Fulner, and he's going crazy. He's cracked right now, and he's carrying around a hand and some ears and a bag on his side from a corpse that we dismembered. And yes, he doesn't really know what's going on and kind of freaking out. Last I heard, Kathy didn't have a mouth, so I just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah, it was removed to get her to stop being cheeky.
Yes. The mouth did come back, right?
Yes, it did. The mouth came back.
Because that's all she's got in her mouth. It's the only thing she's remotely good at is talking.
Yes. But yeah.
So, Tim, how about you, Mr. I'm going to fuck off and leave everyone in an hour?
Well, we could... I'm playing Bob. That threw me all off. I'm playing Bob. He is currently standing there or with a injured hand all smashed up, carrying a sword that he's cuddling or holding close to him now. And fleeing with the rest of them into the darkness that is Cairo.
Mind you, we all have body parts somewhere on us that we're carrying. Just want to tell everybody that.
Yep, we were going to chop them up and scatter them through the winds or start eating them for snacks. I don't know, jerky. I can't remember what the anime is, but he ate the finger of the demon, and yeah.
Chris, how about yourself?
Hi, I'm Chris, and I will be playing Dr. Henry Elswinter, who, though she did manage to pass every sanity check last game, seems to still be afflicted by confronting a god, because we live in the darkest timeline.
No, you're not insane or anything. You don't get anything for that. You did pass them all, which is good. You managed to save most of your sanity points. Mm-hmm. But we'll see what happens going forward. Kenya is deadly. Last but not least, Lavaita.
Hello, I'm Lavaita. I'm playing Evelyn Caldwell, who started off by... I'm hearing myself, and that's really weird. I'm just going to close the stream. That's weird. Sorry.
I know.
Started off by recognizing something very, very unrealistically. Just suddenly spotted something occult that everyone else had somehow missed, and then had the worst day of her life. Met a god, pissed off the god. Yeah, it's a bad time. Very bad time for her.
Yeah, we watched Tim. Bob, like dismember a corpse right in front of us without us saying it. Which is kind of amazing.
So, sorry, I'm just doing the thing I shouldn't do and replying in chat to something. Okay. Now that they've all introduced themselves and you can all get liking them again so I can kill them all off. Last time we saw... last time we were all together, before Christmas, yeah, these wonderful investigators went to try and interrupt the right to resurrect Nitocris, who was the consort of the Black Pharaoh. In doing so, they found a secret way into the Sphinx, made their way through some strange rooms. Bob almost lost his hand by going down some stairs he shouldn't have went down. Finding the body, they did decide to hack it up a little bit, trying to find some way to destroy it so that it couldn't be regenerated. In order to escape cultists who were coming their way, sorry. As the cultists coming their way, they escaped through to the throne room of the Black Pharaoh, who decided to have a little chat with them, talking about them, making them offers to give them something in order to come to his side, to stop putting a spanner in the works. All of whom said no. Kathy decided to be a little bit mouthy about it and had her mouth temporarily removed. All of you having seen this massive, and not necessarily in size, but this massive presence, not in a monstrous form, but were affected by it in some way. When you denied him what he wanted, he was not too pleased and kicked you all out of his sphinxter. Where all of you had no idea how much time has passed, into the sun and the sand, in a terrible state, Bob screaming in pain, his fingers all broken and cracked. You were found by an American soldier called Aaron, who was actually there on a holiday. He managed to get you all together, save you all. Not save you all, but like put you all together. Turns out he was sent there by Dr. Cthulhu to look for you. You were all whisked away back to a place just outside Cairo, where Cthulhu was waiting on you, with news that there's been increased cult activity, and he's heard several people are looking for you, as they're also looking for any sign of the Gurgle of Nitocris, which he has taken to himself to destroy. He tells you have to get out of there as quickly as possible. And what would you like to know from him before you all fuck off? He's making arrangements. You get to stay there for a day or two at this house just outside Cairo. Bob, you get some first aid done. You can take 1d3 hit points back. And your hand's all splintered up.
Well, I think I would dump out the backpack that I have. It has body parts in it. Also has a crown and a necklace that we took off. We we have now 3 artifacts of Nitocris that maybe we need to dispose of it, and even her body. I'm glad we thwarted this.
Might I propose, darling, that we destroy these things?
That's what Cthulhu's trying to do.
Good then. Sounds like they're on the right track.
We could dump them over the railing of a boat if we get out of here.
I mean,
I do not think that is a good idea. These things will be found This house has some protection, but even I will not stay here long after you leave.
I take it that something obvious like a fire wouldn't do the job, darling.
No.
Feeding them to pigs. I used to know a man who ran a couple of theatres in Doncaster where I was born. That's how he'd get rid of his bodies.
Might be a challenge to find pigs here.
What if we
I wouldn't recommend eating any of those
You
things
have
or feeding
already
them.
went over how to destroy them. It's not an easy thing to do. That's why Cthulhu was taking it. It has to be done a magical way, and it's not anything that you can. You can't just throw them into somewhere because someone might be able to find them by magical means and get them back out. You can't feed them to a pig because a pig's not going to fucking eat some magical golden metal. And if it did, it would be fairly
How about
easy
we
to
get
get
a
it
camel
out.
to convert these things into poop?
Yeah, that would not be a good idea.
Okay. Well, this is your area, Doctor. I apologize.
I mean, I think it was stated that if we dismember the body, it's going to make it almost impossible for them to bring it back. So,
Yeah, and scatter them throughout, but where were we going to place them? Whom are we going to trust them to?
yeah, Kafar, I trust him. And
Yeah,
I
but
think
I don't trust them all being in one place.
Take them with you to scatter on the way to, to Nairobi.
I mean, I chuck the necklace to Kathy and say, now you have something new to wear.
I do not think this would be good to leave Egypt. If I can destroy them, it is better that I destroy them.
It's kind of strange, though, that we have almost everything that you need to resurrect her sitting right here in our room.
I do not think that is the safest thing for us to have done.
All right.
Well, if you need all of these things, then it would make sense that we take just one thing.
Well, we have all the little body parts to prevent them from raising her back.
And I'm sure we don't have everything from her. I'm sure we left most of the body behind.
Yeah, but it has to be whole. We took hands, feet, fingers, toes.
Think about what we're talking about.
That makes it more difficult, but not impossible.
I propose a different idea. Because we need to kill this fucking Nyarlathotep. We need to kill him dead. I know he's a god, but he is also a being, and beings can be killed. Is there a way we could maybe booby trap some of these items to kill him?
He shakes his head. No, that's he. The Black Pharaoh is not the one using these. It is a cultist. I will find a way to destroy them. You do not understand the power of these things. We cannot leave them to be booby trapped or anything else. You do not want the talkers to rise up and come after you wherever you are in order to help fulfill our lovers' plans.
I do not want that. You're quite right, Doctor.
I think we have pressing issues.
Mentioned a lot of what they can do. Do they have enemies that we might be able to seek help from?
I do not know. There are gods that are cantankerous with one another. There are gods which are aligned. This will take research. However, at the moment, I have more pressing matters. And you must all leave the country.
Yes, I think we need to flee, and I think we need to go south.
Kenya?
We need to go to Nairobi, Mombasa.
I booked your passage on a ship. It leaves tomorrow at dawn. It will take you to Mombasa. From there, you can take the train to Nairobi. You should, if everything goes well, you should be there in 2 weeks.
I'm going to relate the whole story to Kafar.
Yeah.
Because we have rubbings of hieroglyphs that he would probably be very interested in.
Definitely, yes.
One of them said, "The old one shall come hence, and all shall tremble before their might." And when we said this phrase, we were in a room with, it seems, an evil. I would imagine it's the dark wind, or the black wind, Nyarlathotep. And he was here, and
the Black Pharaoh. You sat with the Black Pharaoh.
We were, yes.
And yet you all remain, like said Bob's hand, unscathed. That is quite an achievement, my friend.
Well, before he appeared to us. He manifested himself in front of us. There was things within the room, and I kind of show him one of the rubbings that we took, and I saw a map of the world with rubies in it that showed distinct locations.
Yeah, you took a sketch of that. I made a sketch of that, I think.
Yeah, I would just go in that and say, and it's a triangle. And also a date came to my mind when I looked at stars within the room. And so we have January 14th, 1926. But he also said some interesting things to us while we were in the room, that the birth of his child was coming within 2 months.
Child.
A child.
These are bad tidings indeed.
Yes. And I believe
where will this child come? While he's doing this, he's looking at the things you've given
him. I think it comes in Nairobi. I think it comes from the Mountain of the Black Wind. I think it takes place there.
He's looking at the map. That would make sense with this thing. What this? I'm sorry, this is a little bit much.
It's fine. I mean, we're chopping bodies up and all craziness, and all of a sudden, a man that appeared in my visions is now standing in a room.
I can understand this might be a little bit much to take in. As much for I am somewhat more accustomed to these things.
A god took away my mouth.
I cannot understand why.
Unfortunately, he gave it back. Is there any way we could get the mouth?
If my mouth is not appreciated, maybe I should take my adventuring business elsewhere. How about that?
Well, we love you, Cat. I'm sorry. It's just I have to joke in these times.
I understand. I am sure we're all perfectly well adjusted, and our journey to Nairobi will not be full of crying and screaming into the night.
I myself will be heading north. I have colleagues who may be able to help me dispose of these things.
What do you think we should do to protect ourselves from this? Is there anything we have threat of fire vampires? We have threats of. We've seen on multiple occasions hunting haunts. I think they're called.
Hunting horrors. Yeah.
Hunting horrors. Bob was attacked by one, and that's how we were able to get the girdle. And then there was ones in the room with him. Is there anything that we can do to protect ourselves from this? Is there incantations or ways that we could detect or work these beings? And I know that I was asking you before, because one of the reasons why I went to the museum was to research this kind of thing, but is there anything that he could provide or give to us that might help with it?
This power is... These powers are not to be used lightly. I have decades of study behind me, and even I am loath to use them unless absolutely necessary. I did some more research on fire vampires, and as you may expect, water is a very good tool against them. They are simple creatures, but be careful. They, from what I could find, they are able to drain your energy as well. Hence the vampiric.
They have to touch you, though, right? Would a fire extinguisher work on them, Doc?
Or a balloon?
Do we have fire extinguishers in 24?
Yeah, they weren't very crude ones, but they do have them.
Then yes. From what I can tell, sand, yes, a balloon filled with water, should you have such a one. It might take a lot of water, it depends. I've never came across one of these things myself.
Well, I think the goal would necessarily be to kill, would be to distract until we could run away. That would be to me the safest option, because the goal, unless we are there to clear out a collective of these beasts, I would argue that the goal is to survive any way we
I
can.
would not suggest going after any of these beasts yourselves.
No, we face them. We understand. I understand for sure. There's only one thing I want to kill.
I've never seen a fire vampire. I just know what its effects can do. When we met with William Basalt.
We handled with some fat vampires in Peru. They're anything like those.
They
They'll
were
keep
just
up
big boned.
Well, yeah, they were big boned. No, they weren't big boned. They just like sucking down on some fatty things.
This is true.
Yeah.
As to things for your protection, I do not have the time to teach you. There are those, perhaps in Kenya, who may be able to, or when I am finished with this business with the with Nitocris, I can come after you.
Do you know
have any
somebody?
contact?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry?
I think that's. Is there any context? I think that's what Bob was about to say.
Yeah.
Context?
Do you know anybody? Anybody there? Contacts.
Oh, contact. In Nairobi itself, no. It has been a long time since I've had any connections there. However, if any cult has a foothold, hey Jeff, there will be those who work against them.
Not any books or scrolls or anything that might.
If I were to give you a book or a scroll, what would you do with it, Mr.
I would
Farmer?
read it if I could. We were doing the research before down in the basements of the museum. It was worth a shot.
I have nothing that would give you an easy way to do anything. Let me go tonight and I will see what I can find to pack with you for tomorrow. I doubt it will be much help, but I will do what I can. I suggest you all get some rest. Your journey will be long, but hopefully pleasant.
Well, before that, would anyone like to come with me for several drinks? Many drinks.
Oh God, yes.
Drink.
I'm sorry, I
don't
don't
think
have
that-
any alcohol in the house.
I don't
I have a
think
whole
we should
bottle
leave.
right here with me.
Now we're talking. There we go. August. Yeah, I was about to call you Augusta then, because
was
Augusta
called
is
the
a character
August.
in another game. August, did I ever tell you you're a genius?
Not enough.
I will tell you more. Now give me a fucking drink.
Right, and there we will. You all get to go to sleep with a little buzz on.
Oh, Kathy's not sleeping. She's crying and screaming into the night, drinking more and more and more until the place is completely out of drink.
August, your bottle is gone. You you should have told me you wanted some fucking magic, by the way, 'cause I could have looked out some books for you. Mind you, you've still got a book you've not looked into yet, so.
I think like right now, August is really getting freaked out. Like he's concerned. I mean, we've seen a lot of stuff in the last week, and there's a lot of things that are out of control. And
Chris is going to
we've been
drink
kind of
more.
spiraling, with all these things that have been happening. And I think he's looking for some footing.
Yeah, but the magic in this world is not safe, not something you can just learn. Like you already have a couple of spells. You could create ghouls. You've learned how to do that by studying. This is imprinted on you. You also know how to contact Nodens.
Really?
Yeah,
Me?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I guess the alcohol is getting to me.
Yeah.
Oh, is that an option? Could we learn, because you said before we started that we could learn a new skill whilst traveling to Nairobi. Is it possible to learn magic spells?
No, it's
Okay.
magic spells
It's
are
just
extremely
skill.
dangerous. Right? You've already taken part in a couple. They take your sanity. They take your power. They are not for people who don't know what they're doing. There might be some you can learn to cast fairly
That's
quickly.
perfect for Kathy. That's something they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I see. I was kind of going down the road of divination or something. I was hoping because we have we've seen on occasion that these things just appear or something. That's the route that I think. I think knowledge is power. I wasn't looking for like to cast a fireball or anything.
Yeah, I was thinking just then, like, could we get D&D's Fireball into this game? Because that would really be helpful right about now.
Dimension door.
I cast Molotov cocktail and cast.
I mean, there's good old iron. We got guns, but
Yeah.
You can have a look in alchemy. I put the magic thing there. You can have a wee skip through and see if there's anything you think could help you, and if it's not too bad, then I will let you.
Okay, I'll read it later.
Right.
I mean,
Shade zombie.
Yeah, you've already got that.
I've got some kind of resurrection spell that I acquired through a book when we were coming to Egypt and when we were traveling here. Because remember, I went kind of crazy on the boat.
So Bob has a chance if he dies of being well.
Well, that's what the joke was. That if you died, I was going to bring you back as a zombie to fight for us.
Yeah, exactly.
That works.
But I think August would be kind of appalled by the whole behavior of that and not really want to do it. It was kind of almost like a curse that was placed on him, is the way I was interpreting it. Because I saw a vision of Mira? Is it Mira?
Lyra?
Myra? M-E-R.
No, Lyra. No. Who?
You told me it was like the one that Robert saw in his dreams, slit a throat, and then I'm pulling from gray matter from months ago.
Yeah.
And then I saw a vision of Nyarlathotep or the smiling top hat man tell me you could do that too, and that's how I acquired it. But the book was eaten when I woke up the next day.
Yeah, but you have all the knowledge inside you of it.
Yeah.
No, just because that's the sanest thing. And yes, Jeff, once I've got the kinks worked out, I will do it. I really like it for Call of Cthulhu, though. It's better, much better than Roll20.
It's
very,
pretty.
very easy to use, at least from the GM side. So, the next day, all your stuff has... I will stop looking at chat, fuck's sake. All your stuff that could be has been gathered together. The Cthulhu's allies have been very careful, making sure they've not been followed. You bundle into a car that's darkened, so they've got curtains with the windows. And you get on a boat, and the boat will have a short stopover in Aden, something, and then to Mombasa. So you've got about 12 days on the trip.
Provided there won't be any surprises, how many total hit points would I recover?
Did you have a major wound?
I believe at one point, it might be in the other character sheet, but yeah, I did have, or am I mixing games up? Michelle likes to beat me too. So,
It's the channel pastime.
I know he has his major hand injury. The wound,
Exactly,
so.
yeah. But I don't think it's a major wound in itself. I think that's just going to be a kind of...
Cast and heal, so
yeah.
or something. You
So
can say no, and then I suffer. That's all.
No, over a 2-week period, I would say... How many hit points do you have just now?
I'm down. I'm short one, so
You're only down 1 hit point.
maybe.
That somehow does not seem correct.
Oh, I healed a bunch because we healed 6. We healed other.
No,
things.
that was your sanity. No hit points were healed.
For whatever reason, I was at 19 of 20, so I don't know if it can get copied right or what.
I think it might not have been copied right, but then we'll just leave it the 19 from 20 because I will be nice, and very soon I'm not going to be nice anymore, so we'll just leave it at that. So we'll go around and you can tell me what each of you are doing in these 2 weeks. If you, yeah, down to 1 would have been right. You can tell me what you're doing to either raise your sanity or to learn something new or improve something. If you haven't improved, done your skill checks, you can do it now. If you've got a tick beside it, roll it. If you fail, you can add 1d10, I think, is what it says in the book.
1d10?
It's 1d10. We were doing 1d4 because we're doing it more often, but we've not done it in a long time, so...
Oh, I did it all earlier with 1d4. Should I just do another 1d6 on top of all of those skills I
Yeah,
used?
that's fine.
Okay, which ones did I do? Acting I failed. Charm, that was one. So let me do it.
Right, remember, you need to fail it, and then you can put the points up on it.
Oh, I already did the roll and failed, so I
Okay.
know which ones I failed. So I'm just going to roll a d6 and add that to the things.
Right, Tim, since you're going to be fucking off soon, what would you like to do on your journey?
For the most part, he's going to take it easy, try to get over the shock of the stuff and the attacks that he dealt with, and just process. He's going to do a lot of process that involves whiskey. So, as he takes his time on the ship.
What does that look like then?
Mostly he's just sitting on the side of the boat or in one of the chairs just looking out over the water, or he's in his room looking at his sword and shining it up and,
One time when you're sitting out of the water, man approaches you, American accent. You mind if I sit here?
It's empty.
Thanks. You have a look at the man who's been through the wars you've been fighting?
Yeah, you could say that. With no war, but fighting.
He looks out over the water. Yeah, my fighting days are behind me now too.
Look over, and what does this gentleman look like? At least glance over.
He's got a kind of scruffy beard, hair thinning, just wearing a loose-fitting shirt. Older, so like maybe in his 60s, very large hands, gnarled. Not old, older, I said. Don't roll your eyes. Bob is not old. Bob is not anywhere near 60 as far as I know. The name's Jim. He puts his hand out to you.
Hi, name's Bob.
I've seen you sitting here a couple of times, Bob. You look kind of pensive.
Thinking about some recent events, nothing more. Thinking about what we're going to do when we get where we're going.
Yeah. Planning. Your friend's not able to help you with that. Doing these things alone is always a little bit...
They're not the ones trained with logistics and how to plan what to do.
You're an army man?
Yeah. No.
No?
Never served.
He looks at you and...
Went to school instead.
Okay. There's a little bit of a change in his demeanour towards you. Well, then I'll leave you to your thoughts. If you feel like getting a whiskey at some point, come find me. And he claps you in the back and walks off.
If you enjoy whiskey, I would recommend finding my associate. Where is her name? Why can't I find her? There we is, Kathy. The names are just...
The names don't exist.
Yeah. Lucky I didn't call her overseer, so we're good.
I might just do that. He nods to you and trundles away.
And Bob continues to stare out, and then he pulls out a flask and sips it.
What you can do is... what's your SAN at just now? Blah, 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 blah. What's your SAN?
I'm at 45 currently.
And what's your max?
What is my max? I'm learning the character sheet. Bear with me a second to find out what it is.
Checking mechanics. So you should have put it.
There it is. But it doesn't tell me what my max is. It just
You
tells me
should
what my
put, when you made it, you should current and then max for this tracker. And you should have put in whatever the max was.
blah 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 blah. Okay. I have it somewhere. I just don't know where.
Right, we'll come back to it. Don't worry.
Yep.
Are
My
you
sanity is. I'm not down that far. It's like 50 something. I just don't have the sheet up.
Okay. Are you wanting to do anything, learn anything, improve anything on the journey?
At this point, he's going to spend some time, if he can find an area, practicing with his sword and brawling skill. So.
Okay, maybe you find someone, maybe Jim, maybe someone else, one of your like decide to spar with you or agree to spar with you.
Or just basic fencing or whatever they may teach on a long journey and whatever. But yes, that's his plan, to try to improve his skills with his sword.
Right, so try to find a way to make it more interesting rather than just roll your sword skill, and if you fail, it can go up.
Okay. Just so you know, my sanity max is 54.
Okay.
I'm at 45.
Then give me a san roll, please.
Okay, let's figure this out.
Okay, then take back 2 points of sin.
Okay, I'll figure that out in a second.
Yeah, don't worry.
And then you wanted another roll for...
yeah, give me for your sword fighting. As you get someone to practice with you, maybe someone on board. There's plenty of British soldiers there.
Of course, now I succeed, but before, every time I rolled, I didn't. So.
Yeah, no, you're going along. You don't get any better, but you're doing okay. You're managing to keep it up quite well. You go through several different soldiers there. You're saying you want to improve brawl as well, so if you want, you can give me a brawl roll.
Brawl is the same skill as this fighting for the sword, so that's why.
It's not a melee skill? Melee?
I did not see a melee skill, so it goes to brawl.
Them out. You can separate one to sword and one to hand to hand.
Okay, yeah, you can specialize. Okay, thank you.
It's like firearms. You can have shotgun.
Yeah. Yes, okay. Well, Tim, if you're not wanting anything more interesting, Bob, sorry.
Only other thing he could think of, and if he could get a book maybe to read from Augusta. Sorry, wrong one.
from August or from Evelyn?
Either who has the books.
I'm sorry, I didn't name Augusta. It's not my fault.
No, it was a pre-gen. But anyway.
I came before.
Yeah. So, who, what, where, when, why?
He's just going to pick a book for him to read.
What sort of book? A mythos book or?
That depends on what they give him to read.
August, what would you like to... Do you have anything you would entrust to...
And he didn't like the last book, and that's the only book I think I've got that's still intact. I've got, was it Life as a God or I Am a God?
Yeah.
Life as a God, yeah.
And then I think Evelyn has Amongst the Stones.
Because Evelyn was too scared to read them.
She read it. Remember, she's the one that actually saw something with it. I don't really remember everything about that.
Well, they're the only ones he knows has books, something to read while he's drinking and walking around.
Well, we do have normal books and normal things that Kafora gave us.
Yep, that'll work. Stuff. Just something reading, yeah, because it's awfully bored. Just 2 hours, and he talks with the same people. I mean, 2-week trip, not 2 hours. So,
right. Who's next then?
Henry.
Henry.
Sorry. Had whiskey in my mouth. Henry is probably spending the 2 weeks. This is a ship, right? Are we traveling by ship?
Yes, sir.
So Henry spends a lot of time kind of sitting at the bar of the ship and just taking notes and also reading up on basically everything that happened, or trying to kind of connect everything that happened to the group since Peru, because she wasn't really a part of the group yet. So also by chance, when she sees Kathy and Bob, she asks like questions, and also also with August and Evelyn, when they just like cross paths, and tries to kind of put pieces together to kind of understand what's actually going on.
Several times people will approach you, maybe try to chat you up. They say lots of British soldiers, a few Americans. Do you entertain anyone come and speak to you, or do you try to stick with your friends?
I do entertain the idea of striking up conversation. It's always interesting to meet new people.
Who would you speak to? Out of the people that would come up to you, what sort of person would you react to?
Probably more like the British soldiers. I think they may have a bit more like knowledge about Kenya. Kind of, figure out also where we're going, and kind of try and gain as much information as possible.
So Kenneth is the guy that you become friends with, or friendly with at least. He's on his way for his second tour in Kenya. And it's your first time, is it?
Yes, it is. My friends and I, we got pulled into this very exciting project, and I thought, why not see it for myself?
Wonderful country. Wonderful. The King's Eye. Everything under the King's Eye. Absolutely splendid. How long will you be staying for?
It's not yet determined fully. You see, I don't know. Have you ever heard of the Carlisle expedition?
Can't say I have, old chap.
It's a fascinating story. You have to believe me. So this rich kid, right? This rich kid, bored out of his life, comes up with this great idea to spend his money and explore the world and make a name for himself as an explorer.
A Cambridge lad then, eh?
Excuse me, what?
A Cambridge lad then, eh?
Probably, yes. Anyway, so he travels down to Nairobi with his, I think it was his lawyer and this girl that he met, this crazy, like in the tabloid, she's described as a witch. Anyway, they end up dying. And to this day, their murders are just this completely crazy story that has so many.
I think I do remember that.
Yes, it's fascinating. Trust me.
Some of those crazy tribesmen.
So I don't know if you've seen my friend Miss Bacon. She works in the movies, and
yes.
And our
The
project.
Scarlet Pool. That was.
Oh, that was one of her earlier work. She's trying to make it in a more, let's say, dramatic direction now.
Yeah, must be very interesting. Fortunately, we don't get too many of the, what is it they call them nowadays, these talkies?
Oh, yeah. But listen, I was wondering, how dangerous is Nairobi, actually?
Nairobi itself? Well, obviously we are on guard and there to protect people such as yourself. He winks and takes a drink. As would perhaps suggest that your gentlemen companions remain armed while there. They'll have to register though.
What happens if we forget to register, as an example?
Oh, there's the King's Justice, of course. I'm sure if it was accidental, there wouldn't be too much of a hassle. However, there really is no downside to registering, unless you're going to go murdering people. But
Henry kind of giggles and looks at his glass to see if his drink is, if he's still served.
no, his glass is getting empty.
She waves over the bartender. My friend over here, he would like to have, and she gives him a very friendly smile.
Well, a brandy.
Oh, I'm more of a whiskey girl myself, but
I can't trust those Scots.
oh, no, I meant bourbon. I'm American, darling. we do
The
things.
colonies.
Yeah, so she asked just generally about like probably if we would get into any trouble, let's say, things can get messy, especially when you're looking at locations and you step into areas that you maybe shouldn't. I do assume that let's say, healthy fine or a friendly donation to the local charity would help.
I don't know how they do things in America, but within the British Empire, we do not accept bribes. It looks kind of very, what do you call it? Not disgusted.
Appalled.
Yes, thank you. Much better word. Because you're an appalled look. I'm sorry, madam. I don't know what you think of us here.
Henry kind of laughs and places her hand on top of his, says, no, of course not. An upstanding British citizen like yourself would, of course, never accept a bribe. But I'm thinking about more, in America, when we think about countries in this area of the world, we do think of, let's say, the locals and how they may be willing to do certain things for money.
I would stay clear of the locals if I were you. Nairobi and Mombasa are both wonderful towns. As civilized as can be, if you step outside of there, then it's a little bit different.
How different?
Well, there's not nearly as many of His Majesty's soldiers round about. There are many wild animals. And, as you mentioned with the Corral expedition, some of these tribesmen can be downright awful.
I understand. Yeah. I guess Henry just keeps the conversation going a bit flirty, but still just very relaxed.
You talked to him a few times throughout the journey. Is there anything you're wanting to learn or do?
Maybe, does he speak any like Kenyan or like know any local phrases or terminology?
He does a little bit. Give me a second. If you're wanting to learn one of the local languages, or at least some of it to get you by, they'll teach you some. Well, he's having a drink. Give me a second till I find the list of them here. Boom. Right, so for... Yeah, so Kikuyu, Swahili, Meru, Nandi. Nandi is the tribe that were accused of killing the Carlisle expedition. He doesn't know all of these. I'm just telling you some that are there. He can tell you which ones you might want to learn. He himself knows a little bit of Maasai and Swahili.
Yeah.
So what would you like to learn?
I would suggest a bit of Swahili.
Okay. Then I would say over the 2 weeks, usually we teach some rudimentary language there, enough to get you by just asking questions. So say 5%, and you can have that as a learned skill.
Yay!
Evelyn, what are you doing over the 2 weeks?
Evelyn did not come out of Cairo in a good state. Evelyn has been doing lots of drawing.
You been doing
I'm pretty sure. I
So
think she's been
what's
drawing
your
stuff in ink.
I guess the term is art therapy.
It's the closest I can think of right now because the book reading is not going to go well if she tries that again, especially not if they're tomes.
No.
But yeah, I think she's just doing drawing. Each day a new bit of paper and just drawing in ink.
Well, first of all, give me a SAN roll, please.
Oh no. I'm not sure how I do that in this because I've got a tracker,
Yeah, you just
but I
click
don't
on
know how I
the-
roll the
Should just be
tracker.
clicking on SAN.
Okay.
Bob knows how to do it.
It's giving me an
You
option
just
to move.
just click on the 44. Well, in my case, just click
It's
on
not
your
44.
sanity number. Your sanity number.
In
If you go under and the skills, on the skills or whatever on the left-hand side.
Okay, I'm just going down the skills till I find it.
No, not skills.
up the
Just
top.
it's at the top of that list, but it's
Oh,
under the
right,
skills
got you,
tab.
got you.
Just click on sanity. Yeah.
Well, that happened.
Yeah, that's
It's
good.
62 over 22.
Give me a second. I will do my own little roll here. I said roll.
I love it when you do that.
What? Minute, sorry. I'm getting used to this myself. Go down and then we do. There you go. Take 4 points of sanity. Back. That's. Whew. You're not taking them off you this time. As your drawings.
It's rare.
Yeah, that is rare for you. As your drawings do actually manage to bring a little bit of this out of you, and you notice that after you've had a sleep, some of the times the things you draw will turn up in your dreams, but only the once it's out there.
Yeah, some of those are disturbing.
Yeah.
Mm.
So what else are you wanting to do then while you're on the journey?
I think she left for Egypt not knowing at all about the possibility of going somewhere else afterwards other than coming back. So she's probably going to have to try and communicate with her work, who have given her a leave of absence. I don't know how she'll do that. Like, write a letter, I
You do
guess.
that once you get to well, you could, if you had time before.
Yeah,
you
I won't be able to
that'll
post
be
it.
when you get to Aden.
I think it'll be when we get there.
Yeah, well, to write something out. How do you think they'll react?
I think if I can send them stuff that might be useful for the radio station, or promise them stuff that might be useful for the radio station, that might help. But I have to see about that. This is a new thought that she's having because it's not just a holiday now. This is a more extreme. We're finding stuff out, and it's dangerous. It's properly dangerous. Like, she wasn't feeling the danger as completely before because she just missed them all leaving the underground cult layer, and now she's experienced it and she's panicking a little bit.
Your nights are, as I said, when you draw them, you tend to get them out there, but the nights are still rough. You hear Nyarlathotep's voice over and over again. You hear a crying baby. You're not sleeping the best, but definitely better than you were. So over the time, it gets better. Are you wanting to learn something or do something, improve something?
I hadn't actually considered that because I looked at where the sanity was and thought, she's not going to be up to this.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you want, instead of learning a new skill or something,
I'll have a quick look.
we can put you up to your max san, which isn't very high anyway. It's
I think I'm already there.
Really? Oh, this is going to go quickly.
Yeah, that's where we're at. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can have a wee think if you don't know yet. We'll come back to it.
I will, and I'll let her recover and then come back. This is maybe a flashback kind of thing.
Okay, right, no bother. Then we will go to August. August, how
All right,
do
guys,
you fare?
I got to bug out here, so
No problem, Bob.
yep. Thank you for the play. Always fun. Dragonbane next week, and I'm looking for more players for a different Dragonbane game. So go check out the other
Join the
things there.
Discord.
Yeah, join the Discord. Exactly.
Join the Discord, player games.
Dirty animals.
Yep. But I have to go do some other fun stuff. You guys have a good rest of the game. Don't kill me, but if you do, let me know so I can roll up a new character, okay?
No bother.
Death is just a new beginning. So.
Exactly. See you
All
later,
right,
mate.
guys, have a good night and day, whichever time zone you're in. And been fun. Talk to you all.
Bye.
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 Right, now he's gone, we can talk about him. Let's go.
So August is gonna kill him in his sleep. He's
Ah,
gonna kill
before
him
so.
in his sleep and take the sword.
Yeah. Kill him
With his sword, yeah?
Yeah. That's a good idea. Because he's not learning how to handle it very well, so you think, no, it's better off in my hands.
The boat, doing nothing. I just push him off.
Yeah, that's fair. Absolutely fair.
Look at the ball.
So, what is it you're wanting to do?
August is quite traumatized, I would believe, with all of this, and a little paranoid now. I think because things are seeming to collapse around him. I think he's going to stick to himself a little bit, but of course, going to go to stuff that comforts him, like poring over the documents. We came out of that place with a lot of rubbings
Yes.
of hieroglyphs. I did skill up my hieroglyph.
Yeah,
my
very good.
rolls, but I probably would feel some urgency since some of the ones I'm translating are the old ones shall come hence and all shall tremble before their might. I think I would like maybe a little bit more. Maybe
Okay.
I'd study up on these things or try it because I am just learning these things as we go, and my skill level is only I think it's only 20 something or 30 something. 35 in hieroglyphs.
That's not
currently.
bad, though.
It's not horrible.
Well, okay, so you're trying to improve it, or are you trying to learn something right now?
I think I'm trying to try to just improve things because I like I was trying before when I was talking to you, like I wanted to figure out some kind of like divination thing or something with spells. If that's not possible because he's just kind of grabbing at straws to try to figure out what this new magical world is. Because my Cthulhu mythos went up a bunch.
Yes,
in
it
the last
did.
week. I lost sanity. So I'm a little crazier.
It's not that you can't learn these things. It's that someone like Cthulhu would be unwilling to teach you them because he knows the price of it. That being said, if you find something in the list that you think,
The book that you gave earlier, I just don't. Of course, I can't do that right now.
no, but I mean, we can retcon it a bit if you want when you get a chance. Because sorry, I didn't prepare for that at all, and that's why.
Right, I should probably warn you beforehand. Because I'm just like August is kind of aware of what we're getting into right now.
Yeah.
Like the clues are aligning for him, and with the birth of his child and the Carlisle group not really being dead, and we've been told they're not dead, and now I believe that they met with Nyarlathotep and he granted them because William Bassart, I'm gonna butcher his name.
Warren Bassar, yeah.
Maybe that can be just a character flaw. But I said that they came back changed after they went in. I am totally believe that they are all aligned together and that we have to figure out what happened to them when we get in Nairobi. But all the bad clues are in Nairobi. All the bad clues. We know that the Black Wind God is there. The Black Wind cult is there. We know that everybody died and their body was stripped and torn to pieces across the land, that the land is barren and no one lives there anymore. And I think these kind of things would be getting to me as we travel there.
Yeah, that's understandable. What we can say definitely is that Ali gave you some more text to help you translate hieroglyphics. So
Yep.
give me a hieroglyphics roll, and if you fail it, you can improve it.
Okay. Ooh, I fail.
There you go. Then take 1d10 to improve it.
And then there's something kind of funny that I want to throw in the maths of all this. Did it do it? There we go. So up by 6. That's nice.
That's not bad, yeah.
So now I'm over 40%. So 41 in hieroglyphics. I think also August is going to be beating himself up about his poor throw when he ran into that elder beast or whatever in the museum. I think he's going to try to improve upon that kind of skill because he fumbled the heck out of that and it almost cost him his life. Even though they won the day and he spotted the idol and he broke it, I think it's going to eat at him that he failed in that moment. So I want to improve on that throwing skills.
So you see people playing various games. You see some Americans playing some kind of baseball. Generally, the balls, sometimes they bunt to try and keep it, but sometimes it's just they just go. It seems like someone brought quite a lot of soldiers that were maybe working in Egypt, and now they're taking a trip, and they want to stay active.
Yeah, to pass the time, I'll go out there and throw some ball with the guys on the deck of the boat, and we'll just.
Yeah, they appreciate the fact you're American. They appreciate the fact that the English doesn't sound English. So you can give me a throw roll, and we'll see if you.
Ooh.
Oh, good. Ding. So you're out there every day. You're pitching at them.
I hit him. I throw the thing off the deck. Oh, I'm sorry.
First few days it's going off. They're missing. They take it in good form. They laugh. They get quite friendly with you. You can improve it again by 1d10. But towards the end of the trip, you're getting more and more. They're getting good.
A little bit.
Yeah, not bad. So much so that you would have passed with that roll before. You're getting more being hit, so landing where it should do than before. You said for your sand, you're at max sand just now, aren't you?
I am max sanity.
Okay,
yeah.
so you don't need to do anything about that.
I've lost a lot of sanity to Cthulhu Mythos, so.
Yes.
I mean, I think I lost 9 max sand to Cthulhu.
It's insane. Yeah. But that will play into your travel as well. Your dreams are not pleasant. You sleep, you're not losing any sanity from it. But the images of a woman's face you can't see probably, but she's bloated and she's moaning. And someone's whispering to her, and then you hear a child screaming.
Yeah, I mean, August is kind of leaning into that. He knows what that is, and he has his suspicions of that Carlisle group and the baby that is coming. So, and the horror that's going to be down there.
Aye, we shall see. Every time you hear tapping, you're walking about, you kind of stop and look about. You're never quite sure. Kathy, what about you? You're obsessed now. You are.
I have an idea. I don't know how possible this is in the game. This could be not. But even if it isn't possible mechanically, I would like to pursue this and fail because Kathy is obsessed with this idea. She has thought to herself, I want Nyarlathotep to die. I want to be able to... And the only thing, it sounds like, that can actually kill Nyarlathotep is Nyarlathotep.
Okay.
So I want to try and look into ways, with magic or otherwise any kind of dark, evil art, to magic my ability to persuade him to kill himself. That is my plan.
I also want to bring up, too, that if she expresses maybe learning about Nyarlathotep with me, maybe I give her the book, I Am a God.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
I will take it and thank you and read the hell out of it and suffer the consequences that are sure to be swift and awful.
I would need to try and remember how to do this. But yeah, you can give me, I think it's a intelligence roll.
All right.
Sorry.
My intelligence is not great. Oh no, it is pretty great. It's 70.
No, that's not bad.
I succeeded. I hard succeeded. I succeeded so fucking hard. 29 under 70.
Okay, so what I want you to do here, this is you're only getting 2 weeks. We're speeding everything up because otherwise you're never going to get anything out of it. I want you to lose 1d6 sanity.
Happy to. I have lost 4 sanity.
You're also going to raise your Cthulhu Mythos by 2, so that's -2 max san as well.
Okay, so that means okay. Let me because new system. I may need to go through the step by step. So mechanics, edit. Okay, sanity. I lose 4.
Max san, you lose 2.
Okay.
And your Cthulhu Mythos goes up by 2.
Okay. Edit again. Cthulhu Mythos goes up by 2 to 8. I'm climbing. I'm getting more weird as the game goes on. Okay, what's next?
You read, and you read, and you get this on the first day of travel, and barely anyone sees you until you get to Aden, and even then, mostly you're just in the room reading. It's the language is maybe a little bit older than you're used to. And it was written by an artist called Crompton, who went to Egypt in 1805. He became a priest of the Brotherhood of the Black Pharaoh. The handwriting is very spidery, sketchy, stretching everywhere. Looking at it is kind of uncomfortable, but you manage to buckle down. And then, as you're going through it, how he first gets to Egypt, how he joins the Brotherhood, you recognise that he's talking about the room you were in, the hidden throne room, the bent pyramid. You realise he's talking about strapping the people down and flaying their skin off them, carving people's names into the muscle, and calling forth horrors to eat them, to consume them, dancing for Nyarlathotep, pushing people into this pit. And every night these dreams become more intense. I want you to give me a SAN roll, please.
Yes. Right, SAN roll. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. Success, 37 under 46.
Lose 1 SAN, please.
What? That I passed.
I know. It would have been much worse had you not passed.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
You're reading the book, and you feel something in your ear. You want me to kill myself? Oh, Miss Bacon. You're barking up the wrong tree there. There are others who might wish to. No part of me would want to kill me.
Well, darling, let me make the case. If there's nothing I can say, then there's nothing to lose by hearing me out.
He laughs.
Oh, he just laughs. Mm-hmm. Is that it?
Yeah.
I'll take that as an invitation. How long have you been doing this?
Time immemorial.
How bored are you?
Boredom does not. You do not understand what I am. I am not
I
human.
understand that you were probably quite bored.
Boredom does not exist for one such as I.
That's just what the terminally bored say. It becomes their normal. Don't you find that
You
your
may have
latest...
come across one of my names as the Crawling Chaos. Nothing about me is boring. Nothing about me will ever bore.
If you are constantly always trying to be interesting and chaotic, doesn't that in itself become repetitive and boring, sir?
Miss Bacon. I do not need to try anything.
Then
If
why
I
is
wished,
it that you are doing this?
I could turn your light off right now. But instead, I'll send you an old friend. Your door falls open, and you tell, even though it's what do you call it, rotten, disfigured face of someone you left in a basement a long time ago, stumbles towards you.
Oh my god, what did he do to you?
Roll sand, please.
Oh, no, that's the wrong thing. Ah! Right. One thing. This guy's name. What was his name? I had his name.
I can't remember, it was on roll 20.
Ah!
Give me a second.
Was it Abraham?
Yes, thank you.
That's it. It was Abraham. Yes, thank you. I failed miserably. 86 over 45.
You can lose another 4.
Another full sanity or
Yes.
limit? Sanity limit.
Another,
Okay,
no, just
sanity.
another 4 sanity. That want you to give me a intelligence check, please, which you really want to fail.
I do.
Yeah.
I've given you this book.
Hang on. Sanity. I lose 4, yeah?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. Save. Now I do an intelligence roll. I fail. 98 over 70.
Lucky you. You do not comprehend the horror of this.
I'm so happy you guys.
It's too much, but it's not. It's unreal. It can't be real. It's.
Well, I'm going to pretend this is a vision. The Nyarlathotep is so bored, he's trying to fuck with me.
You hear the laughter again. You'll see him tonight. You'll see him every night from now on. And you will now, for every night that Kathy sleeps, will be visited by Abraham in her dreams.
Abraham, can you speak?
He's no longer there. It's gone.
So you're just going to send a corpse of someone I used to know? That doesn't sound like something somebody that isn't bored wouldn't do.
When I see
Okay,
Kathy,
fine.
when I see Kathy the next day and she looks distraught, I'm gonna regret giving her that book. But I'm going to.
Next time you see her, she's dyed her hair black
Yeah.
and starts to wear black all the time.
Why does it go?
That's what her new look is now.
Kathy,
So none of my
you will
persuasion
not-
was affected by any
no.
of that.
Yes,
Fair enough.
you're still thinking of Nyarlathotep as something in any way human. There is no boredom there. He doesn't. The concept of boredom doesn't work with this sort of thing. You're all just smaller than mites to Nyarlathotep, and that's something you kind of need to learn. Otherwise, you're going to die very, very quickly. He's not not a human monster.
I expressed to Kathy that I mean, because I mean, my Cthulhu mythos is almost 20 now. It's getting up there.
That's a lot.
It's like I think it's 16 or 19. I can't. I'd have to scroll and find it. But that this might be beyond us, but we can stop him from entering our world in particular ways. And in that room, he expressed the birth of his child is coming in 2 months. And we also have a date of January 14th, 1926. And for whatever that means, it might be the only way that we could stop him. Or it. Because on that column, it said the old one shall come hence, and all shall tremble before their weight. And we might be the only ones that know that to stop this.
Maybe I'm just relying on the idea that the only thing that's ever been more effective in my life is my words. Maybe it's arrogance, maybe stupidity. But I didn't know what else to do.
If you remember what he did say to you, though, he said there are some who might be willing, but I would never kill myself.
Oh, yeah. In that case, at some point, I'll be researching who there's others that really hate Nyarlathotep might be. But I guess I've used up my 2 weeks, slowly driving myself a bit more mad.
Yeah, you're the only one to actually lose sanity on the journey.
Well, nothing ventured.
Yeah, I could throw things. You want to play some ball or something?
It's too slow to react. Smack. Oh fuck. Well, at least I hit.
You just hit her and she just keeps staring out into the sea, just like
book in hand. Just
drinking. We're gonna just keep drinking this horrible.
Yeah, Kathy has been forever changed. The Kathy that you knew and loved is now very gone. She is something else now.
And every night you sleep, you do see Abraham in some form or another. Sometimes it's just that last time you saw him when you were saved and he wasn't. Sometimes it's again, he's like a zombie, undead. After a while, you stop losing sanity because of it, because you just get used to it. You don't sleep well, but...
Alright, well, I'm going to turn my light back on to reflect how Kathy has basically gone full goth at this point.
But didn't we all gain some sanity back just from travel?
Yes. That was it. I know you had to do things in order to, Evelyn did the drawing. Henry, yeah. So did we give you some back, or?
I put some in mine.
Yeah, you should have done, because you were doing things. You were doing active things that would raise it back up. Kathy would have had that option had she not decided to read a Mythos tome.
Well, I gave her the Mythos tome because she wanted to know about Nyarlathotep.
Exactly, she wanted that's the thing. But as your Kathy, as your Mythos skill goes up as well, you will realise more about these entities. You will realise more about the absurdity of what these things are. They don't fit with our reality. Yeah, if you ever learn about Azathoth's a crazy god that's sleeping, and if he was to wake up, all of reality would be destroyed. Yeah, it's
That's
terrifying. It's not sane at all. It's
okay, fair enough. I've learned a lot.
Yeah, but it shouldn't change Kathy. That Kathy should be Kathy. I'm just so that you as a player have the right expectations. Kathy can be fucking, I'm going to talk this guy to death. But yeah,
that's what I was going
exactly,
for. Because I kind of knew she was wrong.
Yes, that's absolutely right.
It just tickled me.
As long as you know what that is, I think it's absolutely fine for Kathy, especially if she gets more insane to be, I'm going to tell this fucker off and he's going to do what I say. Right up to the point she gets stomped on.
Yeah, I know this is not Dungeons and Dragons where I would be playing a warlock.
Yeah.
I know that I'm not going to get eldritch invocations that allow me to talk a god out of being a dickhead.
No, not this one at least. Yeah. Nyarlathotep is the only one of all of them, one of the elder gods that takes any active interest in humanity. Saying about him being bored is possibly true. It's not that he's bored, it's more like he's got ADHD and he needs so many things at once to keep him interested.
Aha! Yeah. So I could get him.
So it's not that he's bored, he finds things like humans amusing, and he has over 100 different faces that he wears, and they're all a little bit different. They don't all want the same things. You can get some of them to go against each other and ruin each other's plans.
Okay.
That's
I
what
guess
the lady in
way.
red was trying to do. She was trying to get you to scupper this plan with the baby and stuff. She's not happy about it.
Wait, what? What is this?
The lady in
I
red,
think-
the lady with the red mask.
Oh yeah. Okay. So much. So much.
Yeah, I think I've cannibalized enough of the time. Who's next?
That is us for the travelling, so I don't know, do we want to leave it to start the next part for Bob to be here? Or do you want to carry on without Bob for a while?
I honestly think Bob should be here.
You sound
I
tired.
think
I will say that we do kind of have a clear path, you know, from what we've seen just recently. I don't know.
Is there much likelihood of nonsense before we get on the train, or should we do that bit? Or
Oh, but you can get to, I'd say get to the train. The train has its own bit. But yeah, you arrive in Mombasa
What train?
to get to Nairobi from Mombasa.
Oh, I didn't know.
That's a 14 to 16 hour journey in itself.
I wasn't aware. I thought we were just taking a boat. I didn't know.
You get
we
to,
could just spend 20 minutes role playing the train journey.
I thought we were going to New York.
no, one of the interesting things is that the Nairobi seems to have become a city because they were building a train line. And they got so tired when they got to a watering hole, they said, no, this is the main station, and just built a city around it, which I think is cool as fuck.
I'm very naive to all this area, so this will be like maybe this is one thing that August might also want to work on. Like, if we can get maps of the area and stuff, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, I've got maps to give you, but when you arrive in Mombasa, it's raining, and I mean it's torrential rain. Yeah, we'll bring Kenneth back, don't worry. Henry and Kenneth will have a lifelong friendship, for one of them at least. It's pissing down, torrential rain. There are, as you go off, you can see a lot of native Africans carrying heavy luggage about. You hear a lot of Arabic, a lot of English, some French being spoken. A smattering of languages you don't quite get. Well, Henry, maybe you understand a few words of Swahili now and again.
French as well.
Sorry?
French as well.
Yes, but French people, French, you will all probably be able to know that it's French, whereas Swahili, you'll be the only one that's able to pick out that it's Swahili. So you're able to get some of that. Everyone's very respectful. There's soldiers standing around with their pith helmets and their bayonets. You're all welcome to just come off, told them to get to the central, what do you call it, to register. You see lots of people carrying weapons openly, machetes, rifles, guns. Boom, boom, boom. Let me find this thing where you need to go. Picking up the trail now. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so the Lever Customs House, which is situated by the harbour. British citizens, so that would be Kathy and Evelyn. You both get given 3-month permits, visas. Everyone else
I
only
think
gets
I'm
1 month.
naturalised American
Then no, you only
because
get
I've been
1
there
month.
for 15 years or something.
Kathy, you get
Yeah.
3 months. The rest of them only get 1 month, so they need to finish
all
up
I
their
need.
shit quickly.
Okay. Is there any way I'd like to go back and I'd like to go and make a plea that my companions get a similar 3-month plan, if that is something possible. But that can wait till next game.
Well, you just need to go and register again after a month. You usually be allowed back.
Oh, okay, so it's not like they have to leave after a month; they can apply again.
Yes.
Okay, that's not so
and they
bad.
can
All
do
right.
so in Nairobi. They don't need to do it from there. So to get to Nairobi, it's about 480 kilometres in the train. Your baggage doesn't get searched, so if you've got little bits of dead pharaoh, you're all right. No one will find out.
We should register the weapons, though.
No weird looks at my ear necklace that I'm wearing.
No, the registering the weapons should be in Nairobi only. Everywhere else is kind of just
For free for all. It's the Wild West.
Well, there's a lot of dangerous animals, and this you actually see as you get in the city. There's larger animals walking about. There's once you're in the train, you're heading out, you'll see a lot more proper wildlife, along with farms. There's domesticated animals as well. But there's a chance at this point where you can be attacked by a wild animal that will fucking beat you up.
Henry's kind of in awe as she like kind of looks at. She's like, kind of makes you think of how the West was won, doesn't it?
Kenneth hears you say it.
How do you mean, Henry?
I hope we'll see each other again. Nods. And we will definitely win the West.
She smiles. I just mean...
Henry gets mauled by a tiger, sorry.
You know...
Kenneth's
kind
not
of
Henry.
lawless. It's a bit lawless here. Everyone's carrying weapons. It's chaotic. It's exciting, isn't it?
You like this, you mad lawyer, you?
You know, I did do a couple of other things aside from standing in courtrooms. My clients had other things that may have needed solving as well. Excitement was always a part of the job.
I'm honestly surprised, but not in a bad way.
Kathy, you know these kind of things. When you have one of those very annoying fans, as an example, who just won't go away, and you need him to stop sending you those letters, and so you ask a friend who knows a friend.
It's as if you're talking about the life that no longer exists, darling.
Oh.
Those days are over. Now it is about fighting the darkness. Fighting the darkness forever.
Hello, darkness, mate. Sorry.
Well, I don't know. It's just... Don't you think if we're going to go out, we should go out with a bit of a bang?
You mean when we go out?
Regardless of how you formulate it.
I like Happy Henry.
He's talking as if we have a say.
Look, we can't deny what we all witnessed in Cairo. But the truth is that we're the only ones who can stop it. And we have to do everything in our power to stop it, regardless of how we might feel on the inside. Don't you agree?
I think so, yes.
And I think we shouldn't sit around and beat each other up about these kind of things. Sometimes we have to go to dark places and do terrible things to do good.
Okay, this is Henry's supervillain origin. Come to the dark side.
Now you sound like a lawyer again.
I've already gone to the dark side.
Henry, you can take another... Wait a minute. Give me a wee second. You can only one, but you can take another point of sanity back for that little speech. I did roll a d4, but only one came up.
Oh, I got disconnected from the game.
Yeah, it does that if you...
Active for too long.
Yeah.
I was talking too much.
No, it was good. It was very good. That's why you get rewarded with sanity.
It gives an alert, like it checks to see if
It does, yeah.
You have to click it.
You arrange the train. You're not in Mombasa for very long. It stops for maybe 10 minutes. The rain stops for maybe 10 minutes while you're there, and it's warm. It's just dry and warm. Completely, like, a switch has been flicked. And then you're on the train. Would you be first class, third class, not on the steerage?
First class.
We're riding with Kathy Bacon.
Yeah, like, come on. You're just like...
yeah. We're traveling.
Also, we're still using that money that was left for the investigation.
Yeah, the Jackson money.
Yeah, we need to keep a good things of that. So what we can do is, well, let's move this down here. If you were in first
Oh, welcome.
class,
It just went black.
did it just go black? Oh no, it's not what I want.
And then the map came back up again.
Ah, but it's a different map. Let's put Evelyn here. We will put
Uh-oh.
what? I'm just showing you the fancy shit. Nothing bad's going to happen today.
I'm turning my mic on and off with a pedal now.
Ooh. Fancy pants. Ah, why is that square? Anyway. So if you can see the map there, that's the train you're on, that's up first class. Here is third class. Down here is where mostly people, African people are. This is the food car. Only when first class is there do you get the china and the tablecloths, otherwise it's stripped off.
I'm seeing a map of Nairobi on a table. I'm not seeing a train in
Is it
anything.
in the tactical mode?
In tactical mode.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you need to go into tactical mode yourselves?
Okay.
Tactical
I see the train
didn't
now. Yeah,
realise
well,
that, yeah.
you have to click tactical mode at the top.
I thought I did it and it would do that for everyone.
Oh. Do you see my pings?
I don't.
I have to drag up and down the train to see everything, so it might be... Yeah, I'm
You
seeing
can-
them now.
You can make
I
it
found
smaller.
us.
You can zoom in and out.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Yeah.
No one on stream can see it,
Hi,
unfortunately.
great
But
people. Alex spent 100 sanity to get us to hydrate.
100 sanity. Oh yeah, that's what we're spending now, isn't it? We're spending sanity. in-
Look at me, I'm fun.
Well, that's good. So that means I've got like 106,000 sanity. Cool.
I've got infinite sanity, which must
Sorry, I
be
let into the
insane.
mic when I was looking.
So I think we will leave it there.
Infinite sanity is also finite.
Yeah, it's
Oh, I'm sitting behind Bob. I can kill him now.
exactly. Right.
Oh, if you start murdering people on a train, it turns into a completely different adventure.
It does indeed. You have all made your way to Mombasa. Very uneventful first episode. August is going to the toilet and back, and
Uneventful for some.
Yeah, apart from
for
Michelle
some,
antagonising a god, just
Yes.
that little thing.
And we will come back in 2 weeks and have a very nice, relaxing train journey that nothing at all will happen that I've put up a map for at all. Just
That's great.
yeah,
We're all
just,
gonna die. The train's gonna go off the rails.
I mean, why would something happen on a train?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm looking at the sheep in the graphic, and I don't trust those sheep.
Oh, I don't trust those sheep either.
It looks really cool, I have to say.
It's really, really good.
Sheep aren't to be trusted.
It doesn't have lighting or anything yet, as far as I know. But you can put on like layered maps, like I've got maps. If you
Oh,
go
who
to
needs
somewhere
that?
during the day, it's got.
We're not
ones,
going to
and
go
then-
around in the dark.
Well, no, in night I've got so you could do the. Never mind. I'll talk about this another time. This is just.
Yeah.
So, yeah, again, not very eventful episode except for Kathy, because Kathy's built different.
Hey, you had to give it a shot, Kathy.
Yeah, so we'll go around, make the round, say goodnight. Yeah, the trees are shady as well. Fucking sheep, trees, teas. You're not sipping tea without suspicion, all the suspicion. Anyway, I really need to stop looking at chat even when I'm saying goodbye. So we will go back around. We will start with Michelle. Michelle, how was your night? You glad to be back?
Yes, but also, I'm going to talk a god into killing itself. Or whatever the hell Nyarlathotep is.
So you're welcome to try.
I do have another spare character just in case.
I think we will almost certainly need one or two characters. The
Secret hidden bacon.
it has been told several times in the book, within like the first 10 pages of it, there's a chance that there's going to be a TPK here. So let's have a look.
Yeah, this area is just from my notes on this area is quite dangerous because this is where all the real crap went down.
Yes.
This is where everybody died.
all the real
Before.
crap you know about.
Yeah, but everybody died. This is where the Carlisle
Yeah.
group actually died. So
It is.
Yeah.
And probably where Kathy's going to die too and be replaced by Stellar Pork Bacon.
Ooh, stellar pork. I can't wait to meet her.
I mean, but I don't want to lose Kathy. Kathy's been a part of this channel
Exactly.
since the first time I started watching it.
It is.
Stellar pork.
I think Kathy
Gotta
was
kill
the
your
first,
darling.
was the first real bacon. There was Chad Bacon, but Kathy was the first proper bacon, I think.
Bacon, sure. But not the last.
Not the last, definitely not. When do we have Fallout again?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. You look so happy about it.
No.
Oh my god.
Tomorrow.
Oh, fuck, I need to run that game for those fucking people tomorrow.
Why tomorrow bad?
Oh no, it's you that's making the...
Is this what happens like 19 episodes in?
No, I'm happy with 19 episodes in.
Okay.
You look so depressed about having to run it tomorrow.
I'm not depressed. I'm thoroughly confused about what just happened.
Watch it back on VOD, you'll see. Right, Ian, how about you? Anything to plug? Non-burning house, things like that?
Burning house.
Non-burning house. All of you who voted for the fire, shame on yourselves.
I am safe from the California fires.
That's good to know.
I live in LA, people.
He didn't cause them, honest. No.
Of course. But yeah, everything's fine. Back to work, back doing stuff. It's gonna be a good year. Get a lot of stuff done.
So they tell us. Lavaita, be yourself. I know you've got things coming up.
I've got 2 things coming up that I'm trying to schedule a session 0 for, and then we will tell you all about them and figure out when they're happening. Marvel may be back this week. Have we
Wednesday.
picked which day that's happening?
Wednesday, as far as I know.
So I'm picking
I'll
up my
need to
first
update
character
everything.
again. That'll be fun.
Yay. Going back into a world of Marvel horror. Which is nice. Oh,
Which is
Christopher
different from
Lee
this.
Changing Day. It's a little bit different from this. A little bit safer. Not getting, you can get me smashed by fucking super things, but
Well, I haven't got sanity and I'm a bit more powerful in that one.
this is true. For the moment, at least. Chris, about yourself?
Yeah. All good, living the dream, living life. What do I have to plug? I've got to think of something right now. No, I don't. I don't really have that much to plug, to be honest, at the moment. I'm kind of figuring shit out, but that's life. But I do want to use our first session of the new year to say, sometimes it seems like the world's going to shit. Sometimes it seems like we're living in the darkest of dark timelines. But positivity is actually kind of useful. And it is important, regardless of how you feel as a person, to try and be the change you want to see in the world. I, as an example, do sometimes struggle with myself as a person, but I also believe that I should put good things into the world, so I volunteer in my spare time. And I think it helps me also feel that I am doing something good for the people in my surroundings. And I think we should all do that. We should all be good people and take care of each other and show each other love and respect, except for racists, Nazis, bigots of any form. They should get fucked.
Yeah.
But everyone else should be loved and treated. And that's a lovely drawing.
Oh my
of me.
god. That's
I'm
fucking
looking
awesome.
I look more like Doctor Strange now. Speaking of which, I am addicted to Marvel Rivals, which is what I'll be doing now after we finish up. If you want to play with me, you can add me under the High Witch with a W.
Very good. At some point I will play. I just have not been able to as yet.
I don't believe your lies anymore.
I know you don't. But
I have lost all hope.
It's true. It is honestly true. Okay, so in 2 weeks we're back with this. On Wednesday we are back with Marvel for season 2. The Tuesday after that we're back with Die. Other things coming up. Have fun. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.